very disappointing. This really is a class 377 on the Sutton loop. Very disappointing. On an awesome class 319, and I mean they sound really nice on this section of line. I don't like class 377s because they're boring. I mean, they're not exactly horrid trains, and they're not exactly not nice. They're just boring. They're really boring. That was a very disappointing train ride. This class 377, and this used to be the one line in London where you were pretty much guaranteed to get class 319s. I would front, that's the motor unit. And I think it's just disappointing. And also, not only that, but also on this line, the class 319s, they perform really well, and they also do some quite interesting stuff because there were quite a lot of corners. It was also quite well designed corners, sort of like not very sharp corners, like sort of a shallow curve that they can go fast round. And now, this is a journey that I've done 3 times before, but this is actually only the first time that I've actually filmed part of it. It's not that interesting, but it is the sort of the trek down Norman Road to get to the car park with the express lifts in Sutton. You have to go down Norman Road, and then you turn left, and then there's kind of some cycleways which you then sort of walk next to, and then you get to the express car park. Now the express car park has 6 lifts. 3 lifts serve the A levels and 3 lifts serve the B levels. And they've both been modernised, but they've been modernised differently. The lifts serving the A levels have been very thoroughly, very heavily modernised, and are now pretty much unrecognisable. But the lifts serving the B levels, they have been modernised, but they've kept the original buttons. I'm not entirely sure they've kept them inside, but they've certainly kept them outside. And also, they've kept the original chime. And these are the only express lifts I know which still have their original chime. And this is the express chime from it's the 70s, early 80s. The express chime for around that time sort of went. It was actually just an analogue bell, sort of looked like buses of the period. So it was essentially the express chime was essentially a bus stop bell. That would chime when the lift arrived at a floor. And as far as I know, each floor in these lifts has only one bell, so that each floor has only one bell, so it chimes only, as far as I know, each floor has only one bell, so you actually don't know which lift's arriving, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm not sure where the bells are mounted. And it sort of sounds like a bit like Otis or Fujitec chimes from kind of the same era. It's rather nice, and these are the only express lifts I know that still have their original chime. And every now and then I come across these really nice sort of cycle lanes and cycleways that are really well located, like this, which actually goes into the certain sort of back way past the church. And I rather like this sort of cycle route. It's rather clever. Basically, it goes through some really quiet streets, but then they get up really close to all the different shopping centres in Sutton. apart from the Times Square centre, but you can go to the other side for that if you want that. And there's the express car park. Let's go in. And this car park is still just as grotty as it was last time I came here. So let's hope they haven't modernised the lifts. And it's in here. And I'm sure these were the express lifts originally. And it appears that they have been modernised. Both these sets have been modernised and they both look the same. From my memory they were modernised differently, but maybe they've both been modernised again at the same time, which is really sad. As you can see, their original express indicator of what floor you're on. Don't know what that's called. And they've still got original motor and drive. New buttons though, Pickerings.
Doors closing. Level 6B. Doors opening.
Now to the other lifts. Still got the original indicators. Bring down the right side. If you want to sound a bit different, maybe had a BF mod. None of the original buttons are left, and they've even removed the chime. That's so sad. Pickerings have now very heavily modernised them. It's really sad. They've modernised both sets of lifts. Originally they were previously, that one was modernised by someone like Guideline Lift Services or something. It's quite heavily modernised. This one was still had quite a lot of it that was original and had been modernised by Stanner. Now they're both modernised. I'm quite cross. Originally, one of these sets of lifts still had its original chime, and now they've replaced it with a boring, bog standard, stupid, generic chime. It's horrible. Let's sneak into the back entrance of the library. Let's see if we can get in the lift at the locked off floors. Library entrance is up here. Everybody's wearing a feather. It's like clothes. Pigeon. I'm not going to start anything intensive on birds until I know the difference between crows and ravens. So now I'm in kind of the library sort of area. It's Saturday, not Sunday, so the library's probably open. Now let's go in the library. One of the lifts is broken. It's out of service. It doesn't do anything when you push the button. It's broken. Let's go to the other lift. That doesn't make sense. Of course this is a communal area. Let's go up.
Doors closing. Going down.
Oh no, you're not. You're going up. I've got my Dewhurst key. But it's not really a Dewhurst key, but it's designed.
Page 1.
I've-
In and out. Customer services desk. The shop and way out. Doors opening. Doors closing.
Where are we going, Rosie? Level 1.
Floor 1. For Media 2 Film and Music, music scores, audiobooks, and teenage library project. Doors opening.
Yeah, come on. That's it. We're going right.
Doors closing.
Come on. Let's fit in car preference.
Floor 2A. For the IT suite,
Now
the
I've-
library at Sutton non-fiction books.
I've used car preference to get it to go to basement.
Doors closing.
My Dewhurst key is not actually a Dewhurst key, but it's designed for L and F. No indicator. There is one, but it's not working. I need to fix it. This panel looks like a very cheap, tacky panel that was on top of an older one.
Basement.
That's the shortest announcement. Basement.
Doors opening. Doors closing.
And there's some weird switches, and there's this door which is locked. Let's go to the lower ground floor.
Doors closing.
I'm using car preference to get the locked up doors because basically this is made by the same company that makes the keys for Dewhurst key switches, so I'm using it.
Lower ground floor.
Car preference off.
Doors opening. Doors
And also locked.
closing. Ground floor.